Hello, everybody. This is one of my favorite videos of the year where I put my reputation on the line, trying to predict what's going to happen in 2025 across a whole bunch of different areas. We're going to look at crypto, a whole bunch of quant. We're going to look at stocks, stock market, targets, specific assets like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Microstrategy, Tesla, etc. All the stuff that's happening, all the stuff that's colliding, the AI revolution, and we'll pinpoint precise predictions. Very precise, no waffle, because I like to measure stuff. If it cannot be measured, it cannot be monitored, or whatever that saying is. Anyway, let's get into it. Happy New Year. It's going to be a good one, maybe, if these predictions are kind of right. By the way, remember as well, I strive to be 80% correct as per yesterday's video. So let's jump in and see what we got. First of all, got my handy dandy little thing here. All right. Disclaimer, not financial advice, just a guy on the internet. And remember, all of this is possible because the team on Patreon that helped produce every single show. Chibius says, finally joined Patreon. Looking forward to a bright future. Me too. Thank you for supporting this and the team and all the stuff we do. Now, back to my predictions. Nobody can predict the future, let alone me. But I try. We try hard. We'll see. And also, I like to be, as I mentioned, extremely precise. No waffle, no fluff. So you can measure me and see how I do. As I do this every year. The history's there. That's it. But remember, all of this as well assumes there's no black swans, no nuclear wars, no tremendous catastrophes, no pandemics, yada, yada, all the usual stuff. Let's get into it. 25 predictions for the year 2025 that are all easy to measure. First one is I've upped my Bitcoin price target to $136,000 from $120,000 with a super bull target of $154,000. This is actually using our Lilo model, and we'll see if we get there. I mean, Bitcoin is a peculiar animal. It's all based on demand and supply. If the demand continues as it does, yes, these targets are very easily achievable, which is hard to believe. If you asked me this in 2023, I'd say, whoa, that's bullish. Also, I do believe the spot ETFs will continue to add at least another $48 billion in 2025. That's how much they added in 2024. Again, nearly $50 billion chasing a hard asset. We'll see. It'll be exciting. Now, third prediction is this. When will we peak? Well, in 2015, 2017, we peaked 518 days after the halving. And in 2019 to 2021, we peaked 546 days after the halving. So taking an average of these, it'll take us somewhere to August to October kind of time frame, 2025. However, what's also important is due to treasury companies like Microstrategy and the ETFs, the drawdowns will be far less severe than in the past. It'll still be a volatile beast, no doubt about that. There'll still be market manipulation. But we should get to the top of the bull run. Maybe. We could go up forever. Who knows? Like gold did all those years ago, 21, 22 years ago. But either way, the drawdowns will not be as vicious. And we'll see how high we get. Remember, the higher we get, though, the more vicious the drawdowns. But if we get that perpetual bid, things will be a lot more calm and stable. And volatility will start decreasing as well. My fourth prediction is this. One big nation state. Fortunately, the flags didn't pop up, but they were supposed to be flags. One big nation state will add Bitcoin treasuries. The US, Brazil, or Poland, or Russia, or Emirates, or who knows who. It could even be Florida, Pennsylvania, Texas, one of these places. Somebody's going to do it. And that's going to cause a domino effect, which would be extremely bullish for the space. So excited to watch this too. Next prediction, TradFi players are coming in and they will cave in and they will offer Bitcoin exposure. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, maybe even Vanguard, who protect you from alpha because they want to shield their mutual funds. Yeah. A bag of 60 pieces of crap is not going to make you cut it. You need to be in the disruptors. Hard. Go for the jugular. High conviction. Very few assets. That's how you win in this game. But you got to pick the winning assets. That's the hard part. Next, 60 new public firms will add Bitcoin treasuries. and at least one more S&P 500 firm. Remember, we already have 60 public companies in the game now. There'll be another 60 coming in 2025. And that will chew up a ton of Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, some may only be buying $5 million or $1 million or whatever, but every little bit counts. Each one of these that comes in will trigger more. Again, more domino effect, more game theory. The earlier you get in, the better you win. That rhymes. Speaking of game theory, friend of the channel, Michael Saylor, I believe he'll do at least $50 billion in ATM. It's at the money, stock issuance, and convertibles. It could be $30 billion in ATM, $20 billion in convertibles. We're not sure. If things go according to plan, this could be crazy, and these numbers are crazy, but let me explain how they work. Because of that share issue that they released the other day where I did that emergency stream. They currently have 444,262 Bitcoin. They could potentially add 400,000 Bitcoin. That would mean they would have to issue ATM shares to raise about 30 million. That would be about 66 million shares worth. And what does this all mean? There's still, no matter how many times I explain it, people still don't get it. They think, oh, dilution. There'll be 10 more shares to my share, therefore my share price will fall. No, they're selling shares. If they sell a share for $2, okay, they buy Bitcoin with it, and you get more sats per share. All right, and the more Bitcoin they buy, the more Bitcoin price goes up. Now, I've put together a model that predicts the impact of where this could go in 2025 if my models are correct. All right, and this model assumes they buy another 400,000 Bitcoin. It's going to be very hard to buy that amount of Bitcoin, but that will bring about a supply crunch, and that will spike the price, and that will help MicroStrategy shareholders. Let me explain how. My MicroStrategy 2025 price targets, if Bitcoin goes to 120K and they have an $844,000 bag, I actually calculated the increase in the number of shares, which goes to 310 million shares. And the NAV premium is 2, where it currently is today. The price of the stock would go to $977, which is in 3x from here. Okay? Bonkers, I know, but that's just the math. If the price of Bitcoin goes to 136,000, my new target, okay, and the NAV premium goes to 2.25, we could get to $1,200 a share. That's just the math, okay? So everybody, do the work, do the math. Don't listen to the numpties on Twitter that don't know what they're talking about, okay? Listen to the guy who got into this puppy in September 2020. Ta-da! Now, Banana Zone, which could also fire up our bags too. Will it come? Yes. Will it come in 2025? Probably. And this is from friend of the channel, Raoul Powell, as well. Historically, we've always had a Banana Zone. This time around, we shall have one again. How big it is, we're not sure. It's going to land sometime in 2025. So be ready for that as well. Also, the total crypto market cap during the Banana Zone will go bonkers. I estimate it'll hit $4.9 trillion in 2025. Up to this layer here. 4.9 trillion. It's currently around 3.5 trillion right now. So 3.5, 3.6. I see it going to 4.9. And that will float all boats. Even Dino coins will go up. Ta-da! Everybody wins if that happens. Next, Ethereum will break $5,000. I know I can hear groans in the audience. 5,000, is that all? Yep. Maybe higher. It could. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying it's going to go to 20,000, 40,000. Again, the same narrative we heard last time around. But I think other plays, newer tokens like Solana and Sui, will suck a lot of that oxygen from the air. And remember, all of the action on Ethereum is handled by Base right now, and they get all the money for themselves. The money doesn't actually accrue back to Ethereum. The layer 2s are cannibalizing the layer 1, but I still believe ETH will hit 5K. So we'll see. I also believe DeFi will break $400 billion. It's the TVL of DeFi. Now it's 121 billion. I think it's going to spike a lot next year. I could be wrong. This one is a bit of a stretch. It's very aggressive, but there's a lot of stuff happening in DeFi that would incorporate things like real world assets, etc. The institutions coming in, and that could take it to the next level. Also, stablecoin market cap I believe it'll hit $340 billion. It's currently $204 billion as we speak. And I think that's going to go a lot higher. Even though last year I expected a lot more euro stablecoins, maybe with Mika it'll make that more possible. But I expect more foreign exchange stablecoins, not just dollar-denominated ones, to hit the market, take us to over $1/3 of $1 trillion. Very big. Also, crypto adoption will go to the moon next year. It has already this year, and I think it's going to go further. I estimate crypto adoption will hit 500 million users. Solana, by the way, that's the big long green thing there. They're already at 120 million monthly active users. I'm talking we're going to 500 million monthly active users, not 500 million a day. 500 million in a 30-day period is my target. And again, when this happens, this will also drive the crypto market cap up very high too. Again, network effect, Metcalfe's law, the more users, the more value of the network. We'll see. It'll be fun to watch. Also, speaking of Solana, the other one wasn't speaking of Solana, but Solana is the dominant chain, as you can see here. All the users are on Solana. But I do believe Solana ETFs will be approved in 2025. And that will bring a lot of money into Solana. And that'll help maybe fire up the banana zone too. We shall see. Also, Solana targets. I've got 2 targets, just like I do with Bitcoin. I've got my conservative sandbag target at $332 and my bull target at $361. Could it go to 500? Yes, it could. Very easily, especially with ETFs and all the adoption that's happening. All it takes is for somebody to really understand fundamental analysis, and they'll see that this chain is darn cheap. But nobody does the work except for me. But that day will come. Last time around, I expected much more fundamental analysis in this bull run. Well, that hasn't happened yet. The other thing that's going to happen too in 2025, in a big way, AI and crypto will collide. AI agents that we've spoken a lot about on the DCA pod are autonomous programs powered by AI. They will be interacting with blockchains to perform tasks, make decisions, optimize outcomes. They could be managing your portfolio, for example. They could be scalping you NFTs, trading pairs. Who knows? This is going to operate autonomously together. And I do believe this will be the backbone of the new digital age, unlocking huge possibilities in DeFi, autonomous systems, machine-to-machine interactions. This is the beginning of the change. What I've been warning about since 2022 is happening. You no longer will have to think. The AI agents will think better for you. And it's going to make things very competitive out there in the world, so be prepared. The other thing that I predict, I don't know what number I'm on right now, but the USA will develop proper regulation for crypto. The newly elected U.S. Congress, featuring a bipartisan pro-crypto majority, signals a big shift towards regulatory clarity at last for the crypto industry, especially with people like David Sachs, etc., in advising the government. And this could transform U.S. regulation from a headwind to a tailwind, boosting crypto market performance in 2025. The public disaffection with the current financial system adds urgency to this legislative action. If you look here, Senate, 59 pro-crypto members versus 37 anti-crypto. Shout out to the anti-crypto army. Go Warren. Yeah, Pocahontas. And House of Representatives, 289 pro-crypto versus 122 anti-crypto. As I've said for over a year now, if you are anti-crypto, that's a bad look. Time to go out to pasture. Get out of our space. Stop holding us back. I feel passionate about this, in case you haven't noticed. But this is going to be big. And remember, see how everything's dovetailing together, setting up for a very bright 2025? Hope that was not missed. Stocks for a second. S&P 500. My target is 6,600 on the nose. Actually, 6,599 to be precise. And we'll see if we get there. And that's a big reach from where we are right now. But again, all is possible. I am still bullish in the stock market because the stock market is driven by the AI revolution. You see the themes? Government regulation, AI, crypto, all colliding, making this beautiful pot of soup. A nice Italian minestrone, perhaps, with some nice kidney beans too. Very delicious. Also, I do believe continued outperformance of the Mag 7 will happen. the Apples and the Teslas and the Metas and the Googles and the Nvidias and the Amazons and the Microsofts, remember, they're all heavily, heavily, heavily invested in AI. Maybe not so much Apple. They're trying their best, but, apparently they can't even get photos to work on iPhone 18 or something. Who knows? Who needs a phone anyway? That's what the scammers use to reach you on. Don't answer the phone, everybody. But these puppies, because of their huge investments in AI, will continue to outperform the rest of the market. Remember, AI is happening. Also, we see massive advances in AI for things like FSD and Optimus Robot. The stuff is going to be absolutely mind-blowing what's coming, and that will lead to a very nice price target for Tesla too. The change over the next 2 years is going to melt your faces, okay? You heard it here. It's going to change everything, all right? Everything. Everything is converging. S-curves are colliding. The pace of change is going to melt your faces. Be prepared. Skill up. Position yourself. Very important. Next, Tesla will hit $650 because of the Megapack explosion. We got to the Megafactory in Shanghai going live in Q1. Robotaxi launch in Austin, Texas, probably next year. Unsupervised FSD. You'll be able to sit in the back of your car and drive 300 miles, wake up in the morning and go to a meeting instead of having to fly. It's going to be huge. Huge, everybody. It's coming. FSD is mind-blowingly good. Really is. And that unsupervised is going to be a game changer for the economy, GDP growth, etc. People will be so much more productive. I wouldn't want to be a short-distance airline, however. FSD adoption will bring in at least $2.5 billion of revenue. Now that this thing works, everybody's going to be paying $99 a month for it. And it's pure gravy to Tesla. Optimus will have 1,000 of those puppies running around end-to-end, running off neural networks. And we'll have 2.2 million autonomous cars sold, taking us to about 9.2 million vehicles that can all turn on FSD and drive themselves. Nobody is ready for this future. And this 650, very, very sandbagged. We could go a lot higher. And this will drive the Mag 7 too. A quick look at Megafactory. There's infinite demand for energy storage. And I estimate that Tesla will have a doubling of their energy profit next year. Again, Megafactory Shanghai on top of Lathrop, California, and maybe the launch of another factory somewhere on the planet. This is over 30% margin business. Huge growth. People, there's a line out the door till 2028 to buy these things. The data centers, using the free reactor in the sky, they just need to store the energy for those peak moments. Absolutely critical. And global liquidity, I believe, will smash $110 trillion in 2025. We are now at about 90 trillion or so, but that's going to go up again. We have to wait a while, though, and it goes up and it goes down. We'll see. But there's going to be a lot more liquidity coming into the market. And this is my penultimate prediction. This is number 24, which is super interesting, and I hinted at it in yesterday's video. I believe because, again, all the themes we've covered, like AI, etc., there will be a big, huge demand for blue-collar jobs. Blue-collar jobs will become the new white-collar jobs. AI will drive more people to blue-collar, which means more security. They'll be making more money, and blue-collar will have a renaissance. The college return on investment, as I've been warning about for years, is being questioned. And there's no stigma anymore of blue-collar work. It's now people honor them, okay? Whether you are a refuse engineer, a garbage truck driver, same thing, etc., a plumber, mechanic, and I've talking for many years, like some of the richest people I know are plumbers and mechanics and electricians that start building real estate empires and, work really hard and dedicate themselves. But AI will have us all rethinking job security. Remember what CTO Larson said on DCA on Monday? Corporate culture has us rethinking success. Everything is going to change. People who will be making the money in the future, the big money, will be those who are skilled with their hands doing things that these puppies can't do, okay? Again, it's a mad prediction, but you'll see. I already know because I see firsthand how much it costs to have a plumber come to a house. $600 an hour, all right? Your average attorney makes $300. Just think about that. Then you'll see where I'm going. Anyway, final thing. Let's all pray for peace. The Ukraine war will end in 2025. These two will figure it out. Okay? Not the grifters. Mark my words. That's it. Happy 2025, everybody. I look forward to hopefully being here a year from now, and I'll score my work. Hope you enjoyed the show, and position yourself carefully. You can see all the themes colliding together. Very, very important. That was my 2025 predictions. Thanks all for coming. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.